Hello, dear viewer. Thank you so much for joining me today again. I'm glad you all keep coming back. I do enjoy your comments so much. I am reading on Jamal Khashoggi, that poor journalist who was killed in Saudi Arabia. Now, I've avoided putting much on YouTube about him, partly because I was so freaked out. I mean, this is a crown prince, more than likely the crown prince, who will brutally slaughter and dismember people who speak up against him. So I was partly thinking, oh my gosh, is it going to worry me to put something out there? And I have decided now that, I feel like more comfortable with it. I feel like I can do that. I did do a medium reading for him and I put it on Patreon. So I won't do this whole medium reading, but yes, he is really all right. He is amazing. Yes, it was frightening. Yes, it's like he's sort of an amazing man, though, um, where he always sort of, I'm going to have this at the back of his mind that this could happen. It's sort of like he had consented to that. It's sort of like he had decided that getting the truth out was so important. He loved his people. He loved the Saudi Arabian people so much, and and his family there too. He's a good man. And he just thought getting the truth out there is so important. And it's gotten so bad that it's worth the risk. And he always sort of knew that he could be assassinated. He could be, but he would accept that if that had to happen. Of course, in the U.S. here, he was engaged, and he was when he was here, he was so much more hopeful. When he was writing for the Washington Post and living among in a free society, he was so much more hopeful. But yet, he kind of always knew this could happen. He sort of knew something could happen there, but he didn't realize it would be this bad. Who did? Who did? You know. But he says he did let me know though that in some ways he had mentally prepared, and he was strong spiritually in that way, so he called upon spiritual help, and he even during torture he was able to be partly outside of his body, or even all the way outside of his body in a way. So even while he was alive, and I'm so sorry to talk about this because it's so sad, and it's hard to think about the details of this, but he does reassure me that he was prepared mentally, he was prepared spiritually, and he accepted that this was his fate. And he is glad that the news got so big because, boy, has he been helping it to get big. He has been talking to all of his reporter friends, everybody. He's been telling the truth. He's been making sure it gets out there. He's been doing things he's still helping his people from beyond, and that's what he does. Yeah, but he misses his fiance. He does. He's with her. He feels bad she had to go through this, but he also says she is very strong. So that's what I know about Jamal. What I want to know is, does this change things in Saudi Arabia? Well, I think the Crown Prince is standing his ground right now. Okay, he's not out of there or anything. Does the Crown Prince change his policy on this? The bright light of the sun was sure powerful, shining on all of this, all the facts. I mean, Turkey has published, apparently shared the audio and the videotape, maybe even, of these incidents. I mean, the whole world knows exactly what happened and exactly how it went down. King of Wands, right? That force, and this is a more male force for leadership that is more compassionate, that is right, that is for the people. That King of Wands has come to represent. So that means other parts of their government that are more about that are getting stronger. I feel like they're going to push the Crown Prince to be more like this or be out. He's not, he doesn't have it in him to be this. But there is a group of people, a group of men, and it has to be men in that country because women are not allowed to participate in their government. But there is a group of men who do want improvement for the people and do want a sustainable government and future for the people, who are becoming more powerful as a result of this, more influential over the Crown Prince. He is not given as much freedom and latitude to do whatever he pleases. Death. Wow, what's the death card? Uh-oh. Well, that was Jamal. Jamal passed. This has also done a lot of damage to the people's sense of strength, passion, hopefulness for a better future. This has really taken them quite a lot of steps back. They're not in favor of this Crown Prince anymore. Most of them are definitely pinning it on him, no matter what he does, to try to say this person did it or that person did it on his behalf without him knowing, without him approving. Yeah, whatever. No, this is a man who locked up most of his family members in an expensive hotel until they came to support him. This would be somebody who would be in charge. Yes. This would not be someone whose appointed officials go out and do something that he doesn't know about against his will. So it's really, I think this is the death of his credibility. He's been trying to float a narrative that he's for progress. He has the women driving. But that really was shot full of holes with this. The Knight of Wands. Oh, and there will be more coming out. So this bright light of the sun shining upon Saudi Arabia. Okay, so Jamal's work is not done. People are still going to keep digging. There will be more stories coming out. This was just a flashpoint. This was like crazy. So now they're looking. Now more people are looking. Did not have the effect he intended of shutting journalists up. Instead, it'll be the opposite. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so he is offered some security. So I feel like, okay, the Crown Prince has offered some, yes, you can stay. You can stay in your job. We'll support you if he's given some conditions. Okay. So, does the Crown Prince do anything like this again? Does he do this does he keep on doing this? Does he get worse? Does he come under some control? Which is it? Okay, yeah, the truth is coming out. Oh, wow. Oh, the religious leaders are not liking this. New beginning. Okay. So it looks to me like, no, he doesn't get to keep doing this. More truths will be coming out, like the last spread just said. They want security for the government. They don't want this. They want nice security, and they want financial security. There must be a problem with a lot of poor people. There must be a lot of income inequality. That remains a problem that truths are they don't want this corruption business. They don't want this. They don't want this monarchy. Let's say it. The medieval street urchins, that's who this is. The medieval homeless. Monarchy. They don't want that. But this Queen of Pentacles, They want the security, though. If the monarchy would mean security and safety to them, they're not at the place where they're saying, we don't want a monarchy at all. They are at the place where they're saying, if it allows for corruption, we don't want that. If it allows for too much power in the leadership and the crown prince, we don't want that. There are some people who don't want the monarchy, but really, a lot of them would be just fine with it if it became more progressive and did something about income inequality. The religious leaders feel the same, and they do not approve of this at all. This is totally against his religion. They are no, there are a lot of spiritual people in this country, so they are not okay with this. And the Empress is a brand new beginning. Yeah, okay. It looks to me like he doesn't. More truths come out about him. There's continued dissatisfaction among his people about income. But they're not, they're not like let's overthrow. They're not anywhere near any kind of revolutionary kind of thing. They just want security, They don't want him behaving like this. It's not according to their faith. They want a new beginning. I think they'd give him another chance, is what I'm seeing here. I think they would give him another chance, or certainly the government another chance. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing with the cards that flipped out there, you guys. I think things get better regarding this kind of flagrant abuse of power against journalists and dissidents. I don't think he has the unilateral authority to do that again. I don't think he'd dare do that again, to tell you the truth. And no, I don't think he's going to go in the direction of trying to gain yet more control. I feel like he made a deal with his father and with other leaders. And they're going to demand that he lives up to his end. They're not going to let him be a runaway power. In fact, ever since that stunt with putting them all up in the hotel, they have now been working behind the scenes to set up protections for their own influence and power in the government. He's just not experienced, and he's sort of impulsive. So they got it on him. They've got a lot of advantages over him. So that's what I'm seeing for Saudi Arabia. And Jamal is the hero. And death card again underneath. I just shuffled and shuffled and shuffled, and the death card is underneath again. What are you telling me, Spirit, about this? What are you telling me about this? When it comes up like that again and again, yes, Jamal was killed. Yes, we know that. Is someone else going to be killed? Okay, I think this is truth. More truths that are coming out about the Crown Prince. This has just started it, man. Oh, so many truths will be coming out, and they will be just as horrifying. And even those people feel like they kind of want to hear, he won't ever do that again, and the elders have control, and it's okay. And they kind of want things to go back to security. That's not what's going to happen, because more and more truths are going to be coming out. And yeah, he's going to have to leave. He's going to have to leave at some point. He's not going to be in charge at some point. Someone else will be. Okay. This is death of the king, though. Is his father going to pass? I want to ask that question. Is his father going to pass? There's the queen. It may be, you guys. I don't know where I got this. I just got this feeling like that could mean his father is going to pass. This monarchy is not secure. Even though I think the people aren't done with it by any means, because they do want security. They just want it to represent their interests. New beginning. No, this monarchy is not secure. No, there will be an end to the monarchy in the coming years. How many years? A new beginning is calling. Truth is coming out. I feel like the women, that Queen of Pentacles keeps coming up. They want security for their families, and they want a louder voice in government. And they're seeing that under this monarchy that will never happen. There's a new beginning coming for Saudi Arabia. And I feel like it's in the coming several years, though. It's not like next year. It's not the next year. Yep, Queen of Wands, yeah. But there is a new beginning coming for them. One that does more compassionate, purpose-focused, no-nonsense, energetic, hardworking government with women having input. That's what I'm seeing there. Okay, but I say it, like I said, several years, I think. Okay, so that's what I see regarding Jamal, Khashoggi, and Saudi Arabia. Their people really are going to be okay, though. I really feel like their people are going to be okay. They're going to do this in a way that's not, it's not going to be like an Arab Spring or anything like that. I mean, they're going to do this in a way that is more gradual and deal making, right? Are the Saudi Arabian people going to be okay? Oh, well, there's a little indecisive about that. It's a little unpredictable how it's going to go. There is some nostalgia. There's very traditional forces at work there too. And that really tie in the current system with their faith. But they're bedeviled and they're locked into this. It's like the tension rises and rises and rises until a decision is made. And they need more information too before they get to this place. So it'll be years. Yeah, it'll be years. But it's going to change at some point. I don't see it changing in a violent way, although I see that as a possibility. But I don't think so. I think it's going to go reasonable, purpose-focused. We've got a purpose. We've got a goal. Let's get all together and do it. Fact-focused. Bedeviled by Trump. Is that Trump? The Nine of Cups is Trump's card in a lot of these. But let me ask, it's not always that, Yeah, that's just a note to us. That's just a note to us that Trump is indeed tied to Saudi Arabia's current government, to their current regime. He's tied to that. He's locked into that. So that's just a reminder to us. Yeah, he's gonna still act out of his own self-interest there. Although, very frequently, American politicians have acted out of America's financial interests with Saudi Arabia. So there's a little bit of overlap there, Yeah, but truths are going to be coming out about that. We have the Page of Swords. People are talking about that. There's someone telling on him. Okay. All right. And there we go. That, I feel like, is a reassuring reading for Saudi Arabia. I'm glad for this reading. This is a good one. There are a lot of cool heads over there. I feel like there is something in the culture. There are a lot of cool heads. Their crown prince obviously is not such a cool head, but there are a lot of them. All right. Well, I thank you so very much. Thank you for caring. Thank you for your social justice interests and your causes and your willingness to put in time and effort. I know so many of you are. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.